Welcome to the Crafty Chemist. Coming live to you via StreamYard. And I'm testing it out again. I'm going live on Facebook, YouTube, and on Instagram all at the same time. So if you hop on, say hi and let me know that you're here, and let me know what platform you're using so I know what's popular. Today I'm going to be creating these window blind cards. No, window blind cards. I was looking at last week's live. We're doing Halloween treat boxes this week. And I've got a couple samples here. And let me share this to the group real quick. Tell me what you're doing today on this Sunday evening. I'm trying to figure out how I can watch all three systems at the same time. Hi, Mom. Okay, there we go. I've got it shared to the group. Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah. So I'm just going to show you how we can put some treats in here. Let's put a couple in here. Put a couple in here. These are what we're making today. Hi, Clearly Memorable. And looks like VRG's girl. Hi, how are you doing? Welcome. Today we're making these little Halloween treat boxes. But I think they would be good for birthday party favors. You know, if you did this in some birthday paper or whatever the theme of your party is. You know, if you had a pirate theme or a princess theme, you know, you can decorate these in the appropriate designs. And then even Christmas treats. I think these would be good for, you know, Christmas candy, Christmas cookies. And you could potentially change the size if you wanted to make, you know, a cookie box or something, make it a little bit bigger. You could figure it out. This is the size we're going to make today. Hi, Julie. Hi, Don. What is the finished size? This is 3.5 by 3 3/4. It looks like 3.5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so you can see they're fairly deep. It's at least 1.5 inches. Let me see. Yeah, it's about 1.5 inches deep. So you can see I could put, I stack up 4 Reese cups. And these are the regular size Reese cups, individual ones, not the mini, you know, the like little teeny Halloween things. So this is just what we happen to have in the house. So I didn't buy my Halloween candy yet because, well, one, I'm not sure I'm going to be here for Halloween because I have to look up when trick or treat is at here. I think it's the Sunday before, and I'm going to be gone, I think, for it. Anyway, today I'm going to be using the Potions and Spells bundle. And so some of these things you need the die cuts, and some of them you can do with just the stamping. Like this one, I stamped these. These you need the die cuts for. So I'll be showing you how to use these. And this one I made with just cardstock. Hi, Vicki. I just made cardstock. It was black and gorgeous grape. I made this before the scrapbooking brochure came out. And so once the scrapbooking brochure came out, I made this one with some pattern paper from the new Halloween collection, which I'll talk about. Yeah, I made this one just for you guys because I knew you'd want a cat symbol. Hi, Mimi Craft and Anna Violet. Okay, so before we get started, I did want to remind you of a couple things, and I've got to go real fast because it might take a little time to do all of this, and I know I'm starting late now. I want to remind you about the special on the paper pumpkin. You get 40% off your first month subscription if you subscribe before October 10th, and this is for new subscribers. And you just use holiday 40 as the code. Okay, 40% off just on the first month. And then, as always, the mini catalog is in play. A lot of great autumn and Christmas stuff in here. Okay. And the scrapbooking brochure is live. And I am going to be using some of the products from this, specifically the Halloween Memories. This is a scrapbooking workshop kit, but you can buy the paper pack. I'll show you this. This is the scrapbook workshop kit. I haven't put this together yet, but you can get the paper pack and sticker sheet, or just the paper pack. You can see it coordinates with the stamp set that I'm using. And then you can also get the two-tone cardstock. Okay, so I'm using some of this paper and some of this paper. And I wanted to use it because I want to show you what the two-tone cardstock is like. If you're new to the two-tone cardstock, this was the previous Close to My Heart cardstock that was dark on one side, lighter on the other, and white core. Whereas the Stampin' Up! Paper was always, one color, solid core. So if you're new, I'm going to use it so you can see what this is like. So I'm going to use the paper and the cardstock. We could use the stickers if you want to decorate the top with the stickers. But like I said, I'm using the stamp set. Okay. Here is some of the paper, which is really cute. And this is one side and this is the other. If you get the paper pack, there's actually a fourth sheet. But this is from the scrapbooking workshop kit. And with the scrapbooking workshop kit, you only get 3 of the 4 sheets. So I think, because that's all that was in my bag. And I looked on the image and it looks like maybe there's only the 3. But they're really, really cute. You can see this is the one that I used for the background here. It's like the little potion bubbles. But they have the other side. You've got the kind of Beetlejuice stripe. This one is cute. I really like this. And then the back is just kind of a diagonal Pool Party blue stripe. And then this is the hero paper, these books on top. And I think I did say last time that I thought you might be able to cut out the papers with the thin cuts, because there is a book thing here. And if you get the thin cuts, however, this is much smaller scale. So you won't be able to use this to cut this out. So while sometimes you can use the dies to cut out images in the Stampin' Up! Paper, you can't with this one. But that's okay. This is cute. And then the back is the dots, which I think is what I'm going to use today. And then here's the color palette for the coordinating cardstock. This is Gorgeous Grape, Basic Black, Pumpkin Pie, Pool Party, green apple, Granny Apple Green is what they call it. I'm trying to remember the Stampin' Up! Name. Granny Apple Green. And then this is White Willow. So this is the Stampin' Up's version of Close to My Heart's White Daisy. So this is supposed to be not basic white. This is White Willow. Okay. Okay, so let's get started, because like I said, we have a lot to do. I'll put this away for right now. I'm going to show you how to do the box first, and then we will decorate it. I do have a blog post up with the cutting directions that I posted there. And then this is a link to my resource page that lists everything that I used to make these. Okay, so I'm going to post it right at the beginning so I don't forget to post it at the end. Okay, and then if you do like anything that I show, you can go to thecraftychemist.stampinup.net, click on shop, and then find any of the things. If you click on that resource link that I just showed you, you can just directly add things to your cart. The September host code is UN93FBVU. Okay, so let's get started. I was trying to make different colors. I was going to do Granny Apple Green for my card base, and then the dots for my pattern paper, but I think I might use Gorgeous Grape for the box. I don't know, guys. What should I use? The Granny Apple Green or the Gorgeous Grape? It's for my nephews, and so I wanted them to be different. Might start with the Granny Apple Green. Okay, so if you look at my blog post, I do have the cutting guide here. Okay, so the solid cardstock for box base is 6.5 by 11. So you could use a 8.5 by 11 sheet, okay, and then just cut it at 6.5. I'm using the 12 by 12 because I want to show you the two-tone cardstock. Any votes for Gorgeous Grape before I cut the Granny Apple Green? Hey, Megan. What do you think your Lucky or Ty would like? Granny Apple Green box or a Gorgeous Grape box? Okay, so let's cut this at 6.5. Let's find the 6.5. And then 11. Okay, and we'll put this aside for now. And then we need to cut the pattern paper. I did this first one with just 2 colors of cardstock, so you can do that. And then this one I did the pattern paper. It depends on what you want to decorate with on the top. You know, having a solid kind of gives you a nice base to decorate however you want. With the pattern, you need to kind of keep that in mind. Like if it's a really busy pattern, you're not going to want to do that on the top if you're going to put all of this other stuff. You could also do white on the top if you're going to actually directly stamp onto the card or onto the, you know, base. Okay, now for the pattern paper, I'm going to cut a strip that's 3.5. Okay, and then I'm going to cut the pieces. This piece needs to be 3 3/8, and 3 3/8. 3/8 is the middle size line right before the 3.5. Because remember, 3.5 is 4/8, so 3/8 is right before that. And then we need 2 pieces that are 1 1/4 by the 3.5. So 1 1/4. Okay, and now we need 2 pieces that are 3 1/4. So these ones were 3.5. So we're going to cut like a 1/4 inch off of this. Or you can cut the strips first if you don't want to cut all of this 3 1/4 because you won't need all of it. Okay, and then we need 2 pieces that are 1 1/4. Okay, so we have our pattern pieces. So you've got 1 piece that's 3.5 by 3 3/8. We've got 2 pieces that are 3.5 by 1 1/4. And then we've got 2 pieces that are 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. And that's all that you need. Any questions about the cutting of this yet? Okay, so now what we need to do is score our card box, our card base for the box. Okay, I'm going to use my scoring board. You could use just a scoring blade on your trimmer. That's fine too. Okay, anybody following along? Let me know if you're following along. Remember, like I said, you don't have to have these stamps or whatever, or even these papers. You could make this a birthday box or any Halloween stuff that you have, or even just Halloween colored cardstock. You can craft along. Okay, so take our piece that's 6.5 by 11 and put it in your scoring board with the 6.5 inch along the top. And then we're going to score at 1.5 inches on both sides. So I'm going to score at 1.5 this way and then turn it around and score 1.5 this way. Okay. Okay, and then we turn it with the 11-inch side going this direction. And we're going to score at 1.5. Five and a quarter. Six and 3/4. And then 10.5. Now all of these numbers are on my blog that I did link. If you came on after the link, it is periodicallycrafty.blogspot.com. Okay, so now I'm going to take my bone folder and just score along, burnish along the score lines. Now this is what I wanted to show you. This is the two-toned paper. So if you're new to this, I want you to take a look. This is the true side, the granny apple green. This is the lighter side, okay? Let me fold this so you can see. Can you see the difference between those two? So this is how the two-tone cardstock looks. Okay, I want to use the darker side for the outside of my box. Okay, so I am going to burnish all of my folds so that the lighter green is on the inside. Okay, so I'm scoring all along here, burnishing all the score lines. Okay, and then this last one, this 1/2 inch one here. Okay, and then we're also going to do the ones that are going this direction. And this will just make folding the boxes a lot easier if you've really got a good crease going there. Okay. So there we have it. Can you see all of the square lines? Okay, now I want you to notice that they're not, the ends aren't equivalent. This one, there is a 1/2 inch score line, and then this one is 1.5 inches. Okay, so keep that in mind because I'm going to be referring to, the 1/2 inch side or the 1.5 inch side. But let me show you what that's like. So this, the 1/2 inch side is the top. Okay, so this is the flap that folds into your box. This is the top, the sides, and then this is the bottom, and so on. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to show you a picture that's on my blog before I get started, but this is what it's going to look like before we make the box. So we're going to cut the 2 corners here, and then we are going to cut up on each of the score lines. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a notch here, and I'll show you that. But this is sort of our goal. This is tear and tape, so that's where you add the adhesive. I just want you to know that there is this picture on the blog, so if you get confused about what I'm saying, you can go and refer to that. Okay? Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is cut these corners out on the 1/2 inch side. And we're just going to leave that center flap. Okay, and this is the part that's going to fold in into the top of the box. Okay, so we cut this, and again, that's this part here. You see? That's this part here. This is a flap. You'll notice though, I did taper these ends off, and that's so that it fits into the box a little bit better. See how nicely those slid into there? So that's the next thing we want to do, is just on this edge here, I'm going to trim the corners like this. Just a little kind of triangle out of, and I'd say it's about a quarter of an inch or so down. Okay, are you following with me? I feel like I am a little bit crooked here. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is we're going to cut up on each of these score lines here, these three here, just up to where it meets this 1.5 inch score line that's going across. Okay, we're just cutting to make sort of the box flaps. If you've ever made a box, you know, this is very common. And then turn it around and do the same thing on the other side. And you want to stay as close as you can to the score line so that the edges will be even. Okay? Okay, now the next part is something that you don't have to do, but I do recommend doing. It makes it opening the box a lot easier. So I cut out this little, see this little notch here? So if you have a circle punch, this would be a perfect time to use it. Oh, actually, I have a hexagon punch. I could probably use that too, but I'm just going to cut it with a circle punch because that's what I did in all of these samples. So I'm going to use a circle die. I'm going to just use a circle die. You can use a circle punch, you can use a circle die, you can use an oval die. You actually could even cut it by hand, and I'll show you. The first one I did cut by hand. So this first one, I cut this by hand, and you can see it's really kind of janky. I didn't do a good job because I realized I should do that after I already put the box together. So I cut this once the box was made. It's much, much easier if you cut it before you make the box. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put this in here. You'll see that the 6.5 doesn't fit in my Sizzix very well. It's too wide, so I'm just going to kind of fold these up. Not this one yet. And then what I'm going to do is just stick this. I'm really going to eyeball it. I'm just doing it in the center. And the thing is you don't want it to be like more than, say, a 1/2 inch down. Okay, you don't want this notch to be more than a 1/2 inch. And the reason is because this flap is a 1/2 inch. So if it was wider than that, you would see a little gap there. Okay, so make sure that this is not more than a 1/2 inch. Okay, so I'm just going to eyeball it. You could measure. I'm going to put it about like there. And then put the cover on. My plate is magnetic and it's making this thing There we go. Pop around. Okay, and then cut it out. This is really just to give your thumb a place to, you know, open the box. But you'll also notice that then the trim piece needs to be cut. Okay, so what I did is, first of all, it is the shorter of the two sizes. So remember, one is 3.5 and one is 3 1/4. You want the shorter one. You want the 3 1/4 piece, and then just take one of them. And then what I did is, let me move this for 1 second. Just so you can see, I put this, I kind of put it here, like where I would be putting it on the box. And then I, with a pencil, kind of drew where that line is. Okay. And you can see that I obviously did this way over to the side. I didn't do a very good eyeball there, but that's okay. It doesn't really matter. So what I'm going to do is use that as a guide on my little piece here. But you want it to be a little bit bigger than the one that you just traced, because if you notice, see, I have a little bit of the orange trim is showing. Okay, so you want a little bit of that trim to show, so I make it a little bit bigger. Now again, this is something that you could totally not do and just leave it as a regular box, but it is more difficult to open the box if you don't have an opening like this. Okay, so that was done on the side opposite from the 1/2 inch. So on the total opposite side. Okay, so now what we need to do is just start attaching our papers, the decorative papers. I'm turning it onto this side because I want to use the darker edge. And I don't know if you can tell, this is maybe a good place to show you. You see how it's white core? Can you see the white core there? I don't know if it's a very good, I'll try and get it. But it is a white core there. Is that piece backwards, this one? Oh, Julie, you're right. I cut this on the wrong side. I had this on the light side instead of the dark side. Well, I guess we can do it. Let's just do it on the light side. I could recut another piece, but let's just do it on the light side. That's fine too. Keep that in mind. When you're tracing it, keep it on the right side. Okay, so now let's put our decorations down. So your big piece goes on the big square that's by the 1/2 inch. Okay, and remember, this is not a square. It's 3.5 by 3 3/8. Okay, so you'll see it fits better one way than the other. See, it doesn't fit as well that way. It fits a little bit better this way. Okay, I'm going to use Stampin' Seal for the papers. You could use green glue if you want. I'll use green glue for the top. So I'm putting it on the light side because I cut this piece backwards. So this goes here. And then the other 3 1/4 inch piece goes here. Okay. So it's 3 1/4 by 1 1/4. Just center it. You're going to have a little bit of that green trim showing. And then let's glue this one down. Okay, a little bit on the corner here. There we go. Okay. And then this is going to go here. And I'm going to try and center it so that where I cut it looks, you know, have a nice little edge there. I'm going to erase a little bit where I got some pencil on there. I was expecting that to be on the bad side, so I didn't bother, but okay. And now you should have your 2 longer pieces done, and it goes here and here. Okay? So let's tape those down with our Stampin' Seal. And again, I'm just trying to center it. Here and here. Okay, we're almost done with the box. Now all we have to do is add our adhesive. So I am going to use tear and tape. For this part, you want to use something that's fairly strong. So I'm going to use tear and tape. You could use Stampin' Seal Plus, or you could use something like score tape or red line tape. Those would be fine. And I did put 3. Oh, wrong. This is the wrong side. Wait. Don't do that. Don't follow with what I just did. Don't follow with what I just did. I was too excited talking about what you can use. Because that's on the wrong side that we want to put it on. So you want to use something strong like Stampin' Seal Plus, score tape, or tear and tape. Red line tape would be okay too. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to flip these pieces in. Can't get that seal off of me. Okay, there you go. Flip these pieces in and put it on the back side. So make sure you're putting it on the back side of your... Wait a minute. That is the right way. That is the right way. Let me put this together first. I'll tell you why, because I made a sample earlier, and you guys wouldn't believe, but I did practice this afternoon. Okay, yeah, you want it on the same side. So that was right. I was doing it right, because I was looking at this picture. I was looking at the picture, and it is on the top. Okay, I took that off for nothing. So let's put these back on now. If you're going to open and close these boxes, several times, or even maybe reuse them, you want it to be somewhat sturdy. You know, you don't want it to be falling apart. So you could even probably use the green glue. I didn't try that. I will use glue to put the stuff on the top, but I'm not sure about how it holds up. So if anybody does use the green glue, keep me updated about how it holds up. And I hope I have enough of this tearing tape left over. I'm getting down to the end here. And I will tell you, this tearing tape is from my one of my paper pumpkin kits. I haven't bought tearing tape yet. So, you know, you get supplies from those paper pumpkin kits that can last. I've been using some of the twine I got in one of the boxes. And I still have, it seems like a whole roll almost left. Okay. Got this done. So on these 4 pieces. Okay. Let me check the comments here first. Okay, seems to be okay. Anybody have questions before we move on? Another thing I didn't tell you before we started is if you are using paper, pattern paper that's directional, you might want to pay attention to how you cut it so that you don't have upside down things, right? Like if you have a cat and you want the cat to be right side up, you know, make sure that you're cutting it so the cat isn't, you know, sideways or whatever. Okay, that's why I've used, in both of these cases, I've used kind of a subtle background and a pattern that was like multi-dimensional, right? It didn't have a certain direction. Okay, what I'm going to do now is take my bone folder and just give this tearing tape a good pressing to get it onto the paper. Just so it's got a good connection. And again, this will help your box stay together better. Okay. Okay, now all we have to do is assemble it. So remember, this is the top. And then this side is going to be coming up, and then these are going on the inside. Okay, so I'm going to take off these 2 pieces. Let's see, would it be easier to do? I'm going to take off these 2. I'm going to use my Picket tool to get the backings off of here. Comes off really easy with this. You don't have to sit and try and peel it off with your finger. There we go. Okay. So now here's the part. So let's take this piece and I'm going to fold it up like this. And I'm going to see if I can show it to you best here. I want this side to line up with this corner here. And then this piece should really go into the fold there, right? If you want it to be square. So as you're doing this, make sure you line it up good so that it's nice and square. You can see how the edge is perfect there. And then do the same thing on this side. I'm lining this piece up with that. Okay. Now, this pieces, we could have taken the backings off of these beforehand, but I didn't want to get have the piece get stuck there. And you want to make sure that the part that the piece that you cut the corners off is not involved in these, in making the box at all. It's the top, okay? So if you're adhering things together, make sure that that piece that you've cut off is not involved. That way you know you're doing it on the right side. Okay, we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to fold this and make this piece come up here. See if you can see that good. There we go. I'm lining it up so it's nice and flush there. And then this last one, let's get it here. And the reason that you put the adhesive on that same side as you're decorating is because you want these square pieces to go on the inside, because you don't want to see those seams. You see how you got a nice edge here? There's no seams. I mean, there are at the corners, but you can't really tell. Okay, and now we just push this in, and we are done. Okay. I think I'm going to, I didn't have to do it on my other ones, but I'm going to do it here. I'm going to cut the flaps because it seems to be kind of tight there. So this will help it a little bit. Yeah, see that went in a lot easier. See, I didn't have to do that on these ones. Just depends on how tightly you put it together. Okay. Now we just need to decorate. Any questions about this? See how nice and easy that little thumb hole makes it to open? You have a place to open and close it. You think the off-centeredness is Halloween-y? Right. It's like weird or, you know, unusual. The good thing is that you don't see it. And I will tell you, my nephews will not notice that at all. I've got 3 nephews, and so these are their 3 boxes. Okay, so let's decorate the top. So I'm going to put these here for now and talk about what I want to do here. So this time I was thinking I want to do another cauldron. I want to do the cauldron and then the crow, because I haven't used the crow yet. Okay. So the cauldron and the crow, maybe some of the books. The good thing about this set is, and a lot of the Stampin' Up! Sets are like this, the bundle, the thin cuts that come with it, sometimes there are pieces, that thin cuts, that don't necessarily go with the stamp sets, when they're not meant to just cut out things from the stamp set. Like the cauldron cuts out the cauldron stamp. The cat cuts out the cat stamp. The crow or raven cuts out the, you know, the raven stamp. But there's also this broom stamp or broom die, right? That cuts out a broom. There's no stamp that goes with it, but it cuts out this cute little broom. See how cute that is? So these ones are kind of extra. And what else is there? Oh, the round bottom flask, the little chemistry flask. There's no stamp that goes with that. And then the little bottle is really cute. So I might use that. And there is this. This is like a little pour. You'll see you can have your bottle pouring out some liquid. So we'll see. But I think I'm going to cut the cauldron, and I'm not going to stamp it. I'm going to just cut the cauldron with the die cut, and then cut the I don't know, the potion coming out like this one. I'm going to do it just like this one. Okay. So let's do that first. Cauldron, because I know I want that. And I have some scrap paper over here that I laid out. So I've got a piece of black. And I'm going to do the cauldron here. And I'll put it on the box as I cut things. I mean, I'm not going to attach it, but I'm going to kind of place it. Because I'm not 100% sure what I'm going to do, but this is my plan. And you know, I already have some of the green globby stuff cut. I already have this cut because when I did that one, I cut two. Okay, and let's cut the broom because I know I want the broom. I put the broom on the other one, so I'm using, this is shortbread from Close to My Heart, and then this I think is toffee. It makes good good broom handle and the broom brush. I'm gonna do that. Okay, these are cute. I don't know if you can see, but they do kind of come apart a little bit, so it makes the mop or the broom look like it's pieces. This might be kind of cute for Harry Potter for the Nimbus 2000. Okay, so I'm going to put that there. And I said I wanted the crow, right? So the crow, we need to stamp. So I have some white here, and then I might do the book too. So let's do both and let's see how it fits. Okay, so let's do a book and then the crow. I haven't done the crow yet, so he's new. Any other suggestion? I might put one of the chemistry bottles on because I've got it on the other two, and they might expect it from Aunt Maggie to have some chemistry stuff since I'm the crafty chemist, right? Okay, clean it off. I'll tell you what, I'm really in love with this Memento black ink. I think it stamps pretty well. And let's do the crow. I haven't used him yet, so. Okay. That actually looks like the Iowa bird. What are those called? Is it a jaybird? Or it's not the Hawkeye, I don't think. I think it's the other one. Okay, so let's color these. I do have some markers pulled out to use. Let's see. It just depended on what I was going to color. There we go. These are the colors that I'm using, or I potentially might use. Okay, let's do the crow. And I know I want to use the brown gray. So I'm going to start with the dark and go over where these little highlights are. Are there any Iowa followers on here? I mean, I'm a Buckeye, so. But for some reason, it looks like one of the Iowa birds. Okay, then I'm going with the lighter one. I'm going to kind of blend this in. I didn't have any gray Stampin' blends, so that's why I'm using my tri-blend markers, which we're still allowed to use at least through December. Okay. So this was brown gray. I'm gonna make his eyes a little bit yellow. And then let's see if this medium, this is tan blend. Let's do his legs kind of tan blend. Let's see if the darker one, I think the darker one's gonna be too dark for his beak. No, I think that looks okay. He's got a little bit of a tongue there. I don't know if you can really see it, but I'm going to use the pale pink, just so it's not white. So no Iowa fans, is this a Jayhawk? Okay, so let's do the books. So I'm just going to do these quick. Let's do the spells one in kind of the orange, tan color. This is tan blend. Do the potions, the green. Just to, again, stick with the theme. The color scheme here. Okay. Then I think I'm going to do the pages, these books that have the pages exposed. I'm going to use the lightest color of this tan blend. Just so that it looks kind of like old yellowed books. I'm just doing the pages there. And then let's do the outline of one of these books. This is lavender blend. I'm going to do the middle lavender blend. And I'm just doing the book binding. It's lavender. And then I'll do the gray. Do the medium gray for the binder of the book down here. Just I'll give them all spooky colors. Okay, there we go. Now let's cut these out. Since they're small, I'm going to use my Stampin' Up! Cutter. That's a mini Stampin' Emboss machine, I think they call it. Okay, so I'm going to get the crow thin cut and then the books thin cut. And put these on here. You can tape them down. You guys know I'm wild at heart, so I'm going to try not to do that. To save time, and then just run them through. Okay. There we go, not too bad. So there we go. Let's get the thin cuts here, the dies out of the way. Put these back. Okay, let's assemble and then we'll kind of go from there. That might be enough. I do have, I think, a bottle cut, so I could put a bottle up here. And I also have the green glue goop. So let's put this down as far as we can. And I'm going to use the multi-glue for this one. Since it's just going on top, it's just a decoration. I'm not worried about continually opening and closing this. Okay, put that down. Still making sure it's on top of the pattern paper, but. And then let's put some of this green glob on here. A little bit of the glue. Don't want too much because you don't want it to glob out. And this kind of sits in the center. It doesn't go all the way across, okay? It doesn't go along the edges. Look how cute it's already looking. Okay, so let's see. Do we want to? I don't know if I want. I don't know that. So I want to put the. I could put the book here. My plan was to put the book here and then put the crow on top. I think I could still put the crow on top. And then I was going to put this here like this. You think that's too much? If I put him here, you can't really see the goops too much. I don't need the book. Because I kind of wanted to have this pour into there, but I don't think there's room for that. But can you see how you really could have the bottle, you know, making it, there's just not enough room. If you're doing this on a card, maybe I would do that. But there's not enough room on here. Okay, so I think I'm going to put him on top and put the book down here. Okay, so let's do the broom first. Excuse me. You really don't want too much because this is such a skinny little piece. I'm going to put it like that. And then the broom is going to kind of go like that. So the broom kind of covers up a little bit of the stick. It depends on what you're doing. This box is smaller than, say, a card front. If you were doing a card front, you could make it be really, really long. Okay. Okay, let's put the book down here. Glue the book on. And then let's put the crow. I don't know. Still, I could put the crow here. If I put the crow here, I could write Happy Halloween at the top. Do you think I should put the crow there and put Happy Halloween or something? Or do you think I should put him up here? What are your thoughts? Kind of like him up there a little bit better, because I like to be able to see the green glue, goop, whatever that green potion stuff is. I'm going to put it at the top unless you guys think I should put it below, on top of the books. Crow on the books on the left, like here. Well, that's kind of cute there too. I actually kind of like that. Unless you meant I should put the books over on the left and then the crow on top of that. Now this leaves me room to write something. Have a sentiment there. Okay. Making sure that the glue is sticking down. Okay, so now all I need to do is make a sentiment. And you guys know that I like to have my sentiments on shapes. So let's see what will fit. I don't think I can put this one. This one was double toil and trouble, because it overlaps a little bit. But I could put the Happy Halloween. Let's see if I got a nice shape for that. Will this fit on the Happy Halloween? Okay, this one is, I think, going to be too small. Let's see. That's this shape here. Oh man, it just fits on there. Let me, my last set here. That one's too big. I could do this one and then I might have to cut it shorter. Let's see what we can do with this one. Okay, got some white willow. This is the white willow. And this set is, this was from Greetings of the Season. It's the die cuts that you can get with this one. I like my nephews all to have something different, so that's why I was kind of hoping for a different shape. I was planning on doing the Toil and Trouble one, but I just don't think it'll fit. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna stamp this on here. And then I might try and cut it this way to make it smaller. Think I can do that? I think so. Where's my block? Here's the block. Happy Halloween. Okay, Happy Halloween. Okay. And I'm going to give it a shot. If it doesn't work, we will just stamp it. I might just stamp it on that one if this doesn't work. But we're almost done. Okay, so here's what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to put this here. And then I'm going to try and match this up. Let's see if I could hold it up here so you can see what I'm talking about. I'm going to try and match it up so that it cuts like that. Will that work? I think that will probably work. And actually, this is a time I might use washi tape. You know that when we do our lives, I'm always just winging it. Always winging it. Okay. I might do this one upside down. So that I can pay attention to what's going on here. Okay. Okay, wish me luck. It looks like it's gonna work, but you know, you never know how these things turn out. If it works, it's a good tip. If it doesn't work, don't try it at home. Okay, so this little piece came off. That's good. The thing is if it looks normal. Oh my gosh, it worked, guys. It worked. Look at that. It's perfect. Okay, well, I'm happy. At least looked how I want it to look. Again, these come from the greetings of the season. Okay, and now we can just put this right here. Look how nice that fits on there too. Okay, and I put the washi tape on the back because I knew it might not come off very easily. So now all I have to do is fill these up for my nephews with their Easter, where did that come from? With their Halloween treats. Their Halloween treats. Okay, what do you guys think? These are really pretty easy. I mean, I made that box in an hour and 15 minutes. Well, probably an hour because I talked for a little bit about the papers and all of that. So, anybody have any questions about this? Who's going to give it a try? Who is going to give it a try? And like I said, I think you could make these for a birthday favors. Do it in birthday paper or theme to your birthday theme. Christmas treats, Halloween treat. Anytime you need to give a treat, you know, if someone just is having a bad day, you want to give a treat, you know, make a pretty thing. Oh, Mother's Day. This would be a good box for a Mother's Day gift if you, obviously you don't put a crow or something on it, but I think it would be, you know, if you have a little necklace or something you could put in there. It's just a nice overall box shape. Yeah, Easter candy and see if they notice. They probably wouldn't care. They would probably love it. So I usually try and give them something. And, you know, I usually try and do an Easter, or now I've got Easter on my head. I usually try and do a Halloween treat box. You know, I've done the sour cream containers before. I did the like little nugget holders and all of that. I like to do some kind of box or something. You can make a card, you know, turn these designs into cards. Here's a card that I made. And this is one I used just the stamps because I wanted to show you if you didn't have the thin cuts, which this is a set I really recommend getting the thin cuts. Or the dies, they call them dies, not thin cuts. This is a set that I do recommend getting the dies, but you don't have to. Like this one, I just stamped and colored. Okay, so I wanted to show you that that's possible too. Okay? Okay, next week we're going to make this layout, this scrapbook layout. And I'm going to show you the hybrid embossing folders, which can cut and emboss at the same time. So I think it's really neat. You just, you know, put it through, it embosses, and it cuts all together. So that's what I did for these. Okay, so this is the layout we're going to be making next week. Okay. Okay, any questions before I head out? Tea would work. Tea would be cute in there too. Yeah. Some tea bags or a little bag of loose tea would be cute. And that would be really cute with the cauldron, because that would be cute with the double toil and trouble. I don't know, with the little bubbles coming off like you're making some tea. That would be cute. So, okay. Thanks for watching me. Thanks for watching. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Instagram or on Facebook, I appreciate you being here. Check out the blog for the directions. And I will have a condensed YouTube video up later. But check out my other projects too. If you like anything that I showed you, again, go to thecraftychemist.stampinup.net, go to shop, and the host code is UN93FBVU. That will take you directly to me as a demonstrator. But also the craftychemist.stampinup.net will take you to me also. And my resource page has all of the products listed with their numbers, and all you have to do is, you know, add it to cart. So it makes it really, really easy. I dropped a link to that at the very beginning of the live. Okay, thanks for watching. See you later. Bye.